The lineup for the 125 final looks like this. Paul Grant, Cameron Taylor, Craig Carmichael, KTM's Troy Carroll. Lee Masters on board the Kawasaki, Yamaha's Darryl Hurley, Jamie Brockman and Ben Jones. Set to go, revs rise and we're away. This is the 125 final and Craig Carmichael on board 3. The Kawasaki rider gets the whole shot, no doubt about that, and he hits the triples and takes him and is cheeky enough to have a look underneath his arm where his next competitor is.
Well, Lee, I think he was just checking behind him to make sure nobody had come up on the inside of him. But Carmichael's going to be a tough man to beat in this final. It's Paul Grant on 44 in behind him in second place. Look at Carmichael railing the berms, builds some momentum, clears the triple very easily.
Well, let's not forget that this young guy is also the 125 Supercross Masters reigning champ. He's been very consistent throughout this series, and the man who's been pushing him all the way, Michael Byrne, has failed to qualify for this final, so that really helps Carmichael's cause.
Certainly does, Lee. Second place rider Paul Grant will be very happy just to be up into second. He hasn't had the best of seasons, but now he comes under immense pressure. Oh! Taylor puts a difficult move on him right there and pushes him out. I'd say Cameron Taylor would look like the danger man for Carmichael right now, Lee.
Well, he certainly has been not only the danger man, but the big mover in the 125s in terms of the Supercross Masters this year. He won in Adelaide, and he took out the Brisbane round as well. Oh, he has a go at Carmichael and came off the bike, still had hold of the handlebars and is back on.
Well, that was a bold move, Lee, but I certainly think it was worth a try. It worked one lap earlier on Paul Grant.
Tried it in exactly the same spot going in to the same berm. There's Grant now, he's further back, and here is KTM rider Troy Carroll. Thought he would have been higher up.
Carroll working very, very hard in the fourth position, trying to put a move on Paul Grant.
Well, he was one of the stars of our expression session earlier. He has to make a move and he has to make it fast. This is the last lap if he wants to get on the podium. Now look at our battle for the top two. Carmichael fighting off the challenge from Taylor, but Taylor's slow. It'll be Carmichael. Kawasaki's Craig Carmichael takes the win. Checking the final results, of course, Craig Carmichael in for the win from Cameron Taylor. Paul Grant did hang on for third, and KTM's Troy Carroll. Back in fifth, Yamaha's Darryl Hurley ahead of Masters, Brockman and Jones. Now let's hear from the 125 winner, Craig Carmichael.
Michael Burns had crashed out in the semi-final tonight, so it gives me a pretty good points lead leading into Sydney.
Certainly does give Craig Carmichael a very handy points lead heading into Sydney. 9 points, in fact, over Michael Byrne. Taylor steady in third, and Paul Grant and Darryl Hurley tied for fourth.